Welcome to the stage where hearts unfold in the morning glow, stories untold. Let's play with words, a masterpiece of art where dialogues bloom, igniting every heart. Let's tap into the ocean of thoughts where waves of healing gently salt. Let's paint with words, a masterpiece of art where dialogues bloom, igniting every heart. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts where waves of healing gently sought. Together we'll mend, stitch by stitch in the morning glow. Let's make the switch. A symphony of voices harmonizing the air, echoing truth, banishing despair. Let's sow seeds of unity, watch them grow in this garden of hope under the morning glow. Let's bridge the gaps, erase the line in the tapestry of hearts that love shine. With every word, a step we take towards a brighter dawn for all our sake. Welcome to the morning glow, where dreams take flight in this realm of possibilities. Let's unite, together we stand, hand in hand, healing the nation across the land. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts where waves of healing gently sought. Together we'll mend, stitch by stitch in the morning glow. Let's make the switch. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts where waves of healing gently sought. Together we'll mend, stitch by stitch in the morning glow. Let's make the switch. Let's symphony of voices harmonizing the air, echoing truth, banishing despair.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as I hope and I pray that we always do. I'm not important, just a question asker. My name is Raheen Ajame, but I got my brothers from another mother, but we got those same father on. First, I don't know who was on first, so I'm just going to call him in the order. Toussaint, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning? Good morning, King. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And good morning.
And
I'm doing all right.
doing pretty dang on good. Doing pretty dang on good. I must say so myself. Doing pretty dang on good. Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Good morning, everybody.
There you go. There you go. Badger, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. It's another beautiful and blessed day we've been given.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we will rejoice, joyce, and be glad in it. Frank, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Captain.
Hey,
Hello,
Rose.
how do you do?
Hey,
Good morning, everybody.
a hyena, happy elephant, elated, and porcupine proud to be here and amongst the living this morning on this side of glory. But I got a question for y'all, man. And this is something this is a question that came to me as I slept last night. And I asked my wife. I woke up out of sleep and I asked her, man, she looked at me, but she answered the question. I'm not gonna tell you what she said. I want to hear what y'all gonna say. So let me see. Toussaint, I'm gonna start off with you. You know what? No, Badger, I'm gonna start off with you this morning. Badger, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Now, Badger, now this is we ain't dubbing all this. We taking what I'm giving you and you answer the question. Is your
Okay.
answer what you would do? All right. There ain't nothing about no society. No, I'm asking Badger. All right. Fair enough?
I'll do my best.
Good deal. That's all I ask, brother. That's all I ask. Okay, you're at a function with a very close family member. I'm not gonna say who it is, but somebody that's very close to you. And something happened, and she let's just say getting shot, and you gather them up real quickly. You put them in the car and you rush them to the hospital. You rush it. You only way to the hospital. You got to get them to the hospital. You got to get them to the hospital. On your way to the hospital, and you're driving, you're talking to them, trying to console them, trying to calm them down. So a pedestrian walk out in the middle of the street, and you hit the pedestrian. You hit them. I'm not gonna say what the pedestrian is, but they walked out in the street. You hit them. Now you're seeing them land in the middle of the road, in obvious pain and bleeding. You have to make a decision. Your loved one either got to get to the hospital or you got to do something to save this person that you hit. What do you do, Badger?
I'm gonna have to figure out how to handle both.
You don't have time. Time is essential. You don't have time. You don't have time to sit there contemplate because one or both of them is going to die. You don't have time to do a lot of thinking. You got to act. You have to act. Now's the time you have to act, and you have to act right now. What do you do?
Exactly what I said. I'm gonna put it in Yahweh's hand and do my best to do what I need to do.
Hmm. What do you do, Badger?
I'm gonna check on them because my family members would get mad at me if I didn't.
Hmm. Hmm. And what happened in the moment that you're going to check on them? You go back to the car and your family member is deceased.
Then Yahweh was ready to take them.
Mhm. That's how you see it.
Yep.
Okay. Frank, what do you do?
Well, stop. I hit him, Raheem. I have to stop. It's unfortunate that, we have this scenario where we have somebody that's bleeding out in your car. But I have hit somebody and possibly killed them. So I have to stop. I'm going to call 911. I'm going to try to flag somebody down and get them to stay with that person. I'm going to explain to 911 the situation, let them know I'm going on to the hospital, and I'm going to move on. But I'm going to give them my name, my information, try to get somebody so that person's not hit again. It's not their fault.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to head to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Like I said to Badger, I understand what both of you are saying, but in this instance right here, time is absolutely of an essence because if you don't utilize the proper amount of time in this, you can have one or two casualties on your hands.
But see, Raheem, you want to put us in a impossible situation. I mean, it's just not right to hit somebody, and because you have emergency going on in your life, so now their life doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I hit them.
Yeah.
I can't ignore the fact that I hit someone.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're presented with this thing that the way that you present it, you're going to be wrong no matter what you do. Mm-hmm. If you just ignore, move on, that person gets hit by another car and killed, well, you're going to get charged with murder. Mm-hmm. People going to see your plate, you hit them, they don't care what you had going on in that car. Mm-hmm. So you have to do the right thing. And the right thing is to try to get them assistance. Call 911. Try to get somebody to stay there and make sure that, this person doesn't have any, additional damage done to them. Mm-hmm. And then you move on. I mean, you're not God. You can't, you can't make your car drive that person to send your car to the hospital without you. Mm-hmm. But you can't leave the scene and not do nothing. Because the world is going to hold you accountable for that. So that's with the scenario that you gave us, that's what I would have to do. I have to try to assist this person that I just hit.
And take me an additional step like I took with the Badger. If you're going to assist this person that you hit, and yes, you are responsible for that person, you get back to the car and your loved one has passed on. How would you live with that? And how would you be looked upon because of that situation? The woulda, coulda, shoulda people.
Well, the issue is that, okay, so now our 100% focus is on this person that got shot in this car. You're trying to help them. Mm-hmm. But, while you're trying to help them, now you created something else. You can't ignore that. Mm-hmm. You can't ignore it. You cannot ignore what happened. Mm-hmm. So you got two things. one life is not greater than the other, even though it's your family member.
Mm-hmm.
That other person is somebody else's family member.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can't minimize their life because when you see what I'm doing,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is very, very thoughtful, folk, and it's a lot of different levels and layers on this thing. Tucson, talk to me, brother. What did you do?
Call 911.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them on the phone. I'm en route to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we talking. Is he conscious? Yeah, but he's breathing out.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm looking to check whether he's conscious or breathing out, I hit somebody. I ain't going to jail for nobody right here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just don't like to be there. I like to visit, but I like to come out.
Hey, Quentin. Mm-hmm.
And leaving the scene of a crime or an accident, you're going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Not me. I already got 911 on the line. We stop right here and then come get me.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
So
what I'm gonna do.
So what I'm hearing you say, the person, you're gonna stay right there on that scene. You're not gonna leave that scene. So you got your loved one is in the car bleeding out. What do you do about that?
911 coming.
Huh?
Ambulance coming.
Mm-hmm.
The ambulance is ready.
Mm-hmm.
They know I'm en route. They gonna tell me. They gonna ask me where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
I can't save his life. I'm trying to get him to somebody that can save his life, if it's possible.
Yeah.
He's shot.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes wounded people don't survive. It ain't gonna be my fault. I didn't shoot him.
Mm-hmm. Wow. But my thing is, if you get them to the hospital in time, you could save their life. But in dealing with this other situation,
No, I can't.
huh?
Ain't no use me jeopardizing myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't save his life. I'm not the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking a chance by not just staying where I'm at the scene of the shooting. That's what I should have done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't try to be no hero. Stay there. Call the ambulance and the police or whatever. There's somebody that got shot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not even in the car. You should do.
Okay.
Don't because you jeopardizing a person's life by taking them from a scene of a crime to try to be a hero.
Mm-hmm.
You did that to yourself. Now that you decided to be a hero, now you got two problems.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're all jacked up because if you leave that scene of an accident, you're going to jail.
Mm-hmm. Point blank, period. No explanation, none of that.
Can you explain why you left the scene of the accident?
Well, you could attempt to.
It ain't gonna work out good for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's not an excuse. You better not leave it.
Mm-hmm.
You better tell your cousin or sister or whoever that is that got shot. Keep pressure on the wound. I gotta go check on this person that I done rolled over.
Mm-hmm.
You can't leave the scene of that. You can't.
Okay.
Or you're gonna have a bigger problem.
All right. We're gonna circle back around. Hold on, let me go to Captain Leonard. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem, and the Morning Glow family.
Now we got a scenario, and I want to hear your take on this scenario and what you would do in this instance. You're at a function, and you're with a very close family member, and things go sour, and your family member is shot, and it's a possibility that they're going to die or dying. You put them in the car, and you say, "Hold on, I'm gonna get you to the hospital." And you take off. Trying to, you're in a hurry. You want to get them to the hospital because you want to save their life. In the course of you going between that position that you're in right now and the hospital, a pedestrian step out in the middle of the road and you hit that person, knocking them to the ground. You look at them, they're obviously hurt, in pain, and bleeding. Now you got a situation, your family member in the car shot. You just hit somebody. They're laying in the middle of the road. What do you do?
I'm probably gonna put him in a car too. We're already on our way to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna pick that person up out the road, put him in the car, and take both of them to the hospital. One is shot, and one I hit on my way here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, how do you?
Most likely, that's probably what I would do.
Okay. Now, how do you think that will work out? Because Tucson was just talking about leaving the scene of a crime, but you taking the crime with you.
I'm not worried about how it's gonna work out. I'm gonna do what's necessary at the time.
Mm-hmm. What makes sense to you? You're gonna do what makes.
Yeah. Either way it go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guilty of hitting the person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm on my way to the hospital. I got 2 folks. I'm coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going in.
Yeah. Y'all gonna be there waiting for me when I get there if you want to, but I'm sure coming. You can be there waiting for me, and if the police want to be there or whatever the police gonna do, I'll be there in about 7 minutes. I'm on my way. Have the door open for me.
Right.
Okay.
That's the best I can do.
Is that do you think that is the most logical thing to do, or the only thing that you have to do?
Yes. It's the most logical thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure some people would do other things.
Mm-hmm. What do you think those other things would be?
Some people may just keep going and act like they ain't never hit the person.
That's not a good thing.
Right, it's not a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess there's a lot of things that people can do. Some people may try to get rid of evidence that they hit the person.
Mm-hmm.
Some people may just call it in and say, I hit somebody, but I'm already in the midst of another emergency and I'm headed to the hospital. Send emergency services because there's a man down on such and such a street.
Mm-hmm. In the middle of the road.
For any reason, I couldn't take him or get him in.
And he's in the middle of the road and he's hurt and bleeding. So y'all need to hurry up and come and get him. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I can see that happening. I've been in a situation before.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm.
Where it wasn't best for me to be at the scene.
Mm-hmm. Morning, James.
So I had to make sure everybody else could sustain themselves.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's
and
good.
I made my way to that highway and jumped in another car and had to keep going.
Mm. Now that sounds like some criminal activity going on, so we're not gonna talk too much on that. Frank, talk to me, brother.
No, that's pretty much it, man. There's on my heart. I mean, I hit him. I'm responsible.
Mm-hmm.
I got to make sure that man is, gets medical care. That's about all I got.
Okay. Badger?
I think everyone's covered it pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an alteration you want to make to it?
No. We're gonna keep it as it is. I just want to make sure that everybody have a clear understanding as to what they would do in that situation. Truth of the matter, I would like to think that I would do, quote unquote, the right thing. But what is the right thing? What is the right thing to do in that situation?
That's
because
between you and Yahweh.
yeah. Some will say that. Some would definitely say that. But my thing is this right here. We still have to make certain decisions in this thing called life. We have to make those decisions. Sometimes they work out, and sometimes they're very costly. And this is one that if not handled, if not handled properly, it'll come to you. If not handled properly, it could be very costly, man. If you don't do the right thing at the right time in this scenario.
Does in that situation, does being a brother's keeper take a priority? Well, not over your family member, but take priority because you're your brother's keeper, right?
Okay. Badger, you go to that quite often about the brother's keeper. What is your point? What is your point in that?
I just pay attention to what other people say and things like that, and I just want clarification of when it seems that people use it when they want to use it, and then in other situations, it's like it doesn't even exist.
How does it
That's
apply
all.
in this scenario?
You
How
just
does
ran somebody over.
mm-hmm.
If you leave them stranded there, then you're not being a very good brother's keeper.
Mm-hmm.
You don't report it or do something.
See, my thing is, and I can understand what you're saying, but my thing is this right here. I would have to, if you ask, am I my brother's keeper? I would say yes, because I always try to, be my brother's keeper, but I have to be my brother's keeper in both scenarios. I have to take care of both people. I can't, like Frank said, I can't add priority to my family member and devalue the person that was sitting in the middle of the road. If I'm gonna be my brother's keeper, I'm gonna be both their keepers because I'm both of them. I'm the brother to both of them. I'm a brother to both of them. And for me to negate one just for the sake of the other, I in that instance, Badger, I'm not being my brother's keeper because I left one in harm's way. I like what Leonard said, put the other guy in the car or the other person in the car and take both of them to the hospital.
Yeah.
In that instance, yes, I'm being my brother's keeper. Now, the outcome may not be good for me, but what am I worried about? Am I more concerned about myself or taking care of the situation?
I mean, it's the same thing I said. Leonard just said the same thing I did in a different word usage. I would stop and take care of both the situations. You added a twist to mine.
I didn't add a twist to it, Badger. I listened to what you said, brother. I never had a twist.
No. I'm talking about like you added a thing where, okay, you got out the car, you went to go get that person, and you come back to the car and the person's dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, in that instance, I can agree with you. But my thing is, while you're out there doing what you're doing, that is a possibility because the person inside your car is shot. And sometimes when somebody gets shot, unfortunately, they don't make it.
No. Unfortunately, there's folks that don't pay attention to when vehicles are coming, especially if you're going like 90.
Well, Badger, we're not gonna blame the person that got hit, are we? We're not gonna do that, are we?
No.
Okay.
Still got to pay attention when you're driving, even if you're speeding.
Okay. All right. I got you. Tucson, talk to me, brother.
I'm going to ask an unfamiliar or unpopular question.
Mm-hmm.
Because do you have to be either religious, Christian, godly, righteous to have common decency?
No.
Because I don't want, just me. I don't want to put on this, and this is not directed to anybody. It's just what I'm going to say. I don't want to sound holy.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and God got everything lined up together. That I'm going to do everything God wants me to do. The devil will make me lie. Because that's what's happening. We're not that in tune with God, neither one of us. This is a situation that deserves common decency. I was going to say the same thing Leonard said.
I was, but I was going to say the time is of the essence.
Yes, yes.
You got a shot person in the car. Get out of the car. Put down the person in the car. Keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Call again. Call them. I got 2 people. I'm on my way to the hospital. I hit one. The other one, I left the scene with the shot. They ain't got to be Christian. I ain't got to know Jesus. What did I do?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
This, I understand this is a Christian broadcast, but it makes no. We don't always have to. We just me. All you need is common decency.
Mm-hmm.
And to be like a human being. You took this upon yourself to leave a scene of a crime, even if he got shot by accident. You took that upon yourself. You should have left him there. But here you go, trying to be a hero.
Mm.
And now you got a bigger situation because somebody else's loved one is on the ground. Pick him up, put him in the car, and keep moving. Otherwise, you got a problem and go get you some time.
Mm-hmm.
But this ain't got you. It don't have. You can be a person that don't even recognize. I'm just saying. Let me see that door.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do that.
Oh.
I just don't. I'm an imperfect person right here.
Yeah.
I'm an imperfect person.
We all are. Yep.
That does not always yield or hear or in tune with what God desires.
Mm-hmm.
How long you been knowing? You're gonna miss something. So sometimes we just got to be a person. And that's it.
So am I hearing you saying at some point or another, we all can have a misstep?
Keep living.
Mm.
Did I say that wrong? Somebody help me.
Mm. Okay, nobody said anything. Okay, good. Let's keep this thing going. Frank, talk to me, brother. I just came to you, but talk to me, man. What do you think about what Tucson just said? Sometimes we do have a misstep. We're not perfect people.
In where we are today, where we've made a decision, and this is, we don't try to, we don't run away from who we are. We're believers. That's a choice that we made. And in every conversation, I pray that I live a life where you can look at my life and say something different about that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get to know me, you will find out that I love God. I don't want to have to tell you that I love God or that I live by a certain standard or, any of that. If I have to tell you, I'm falling short somewhere. Even if I have the heart that I'm running around telling people, that's who I am. People don't care about that. So I say this, even though I just said that. The Bible says, consider me in all things, in everything. And see, your heart has to be in a place where that what we do comes out of our relationship with God. When you get into pressured situations, you handle those things in a godly manner. So you see the love of God that comes through you. Now, with all of that being said, we're wrapped in flesh. We're human. We are not perfect. But that is not an excuse to do wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's not an excuse to run up to the line. And that's not, to come at anybody to say that we're going to misstep. We are. I mean, we're going to err. We're here. And no matter how hard you try, we're going to learn something new every day. And we're going to try to do better tomorrow. But here is the key. There's a difference between someone that fails trying and then someone that doesn't even try to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge difference. All of us on this line right now have kids. The grace that you show your child when you see them doing everything that they can and they just don't hit the mark, you're excited about that. But that kid that just says, hey man, I did my best. All I ask you to do is make up your bed. Oh, Dad, well, that's all I got. Oh, you got some more than that. You don't honor that. I asked you to take out the garbage. All you did was take it to the door. No, you better than that. So often, and I ran a men's ministry for many, many years. And I saw men do things, and their go-to was, well, I'm trying. Oh, yeah, well, until you get better at staying out of the sister's bed in the church, you need some accountability. You need somebody that's walking a little closer to you. Because you just are a wolf running in here devouring lambs. So it's tricky, Raheem. I know we're not perfect, but I can only speak for Frank. There's a lot of times that I can be better than the effort that I'm putting forth.
Mm-hmm. Wow. We got to go to Curtis, but James said in the chat that he would not remove the person that he hit. James is truck driver too. He said he would not move the person that he hit because that could cause more damage.
Yep, I agree. I'm glad that he said that because even the person, if you call 911, they would tell you not to move that person.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't know if they have spinal damage or what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And you moving them could kill them right there.
Yeah.
A lot of times when you see them put someone on a stretcher, they have to, brace their neck and
certain
all of those things that they do that they've been trained to do.
Yeah, certain precautions they have to go through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
And see, that's another wrinkle. There's another wave in the water. But let me go to Curtis. Curtis, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Fellas, man. It's good to hear y'all voice, man. What's going on?
Good to be heard, man. Good to hear you as well, brother. Got a scenario, Curtis. I want to hear what you're going to say about this and how you're going to handle this situation. You're at a function with a very close family member, and things go south. Things go south, and they end up shot. You want to do something real quick. So you grab them, you put them in your car, and you rush them to the hospital. You take them to the hospital, man, because they got shot. And in your path between that location and the hospital, a pedestrian step out in front of you, and you hit them, knock them down, and you look and you see that they're laid in the middle of the road, and they're in obvious pain, and they're bleeding. Your family member's in the car shot. The pedestrian that you hit is in the middle of the road bleeding. Curtis, what do you do?
Dial 911 to keep booking to the hospital. Immediate triage. Well, first off, You should never just throw nobody in no car and get to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, you're supposed to triage first. So that what that means is treat the wound where the wound lies. So if somebody's shot, you at least try and stop the bleed
Mm-hmm.
before you know what I mean, before you even get them to the hospital. Try to apply some pressure to stop the bleed. Now we on the way to the hospital. All right. If you hit somebody on the way to the hospital, it's not a hit and run. I don't think it's a hit and run. If you dial 911 and explain to 911 what the situation is, that you got one person shot and another person hit who's on your way to the hospital, if you continue on to the hospital, they're not going to jam you up on a hit and run.
Mm-hmm. Are you absolute about that?
I'm not absolute about that. No,
Mm-hmm.
'cause I don't know that law, but I think emergency precedent takes place then.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was the bigger emergency? If the bigger emergency was for the person who had the gunshot wound, it's like going in the emergency room. Like, you can go to the emergency room for a sore belly. You wonder why you sat there 6 hours. And other people that came in and they went straight to the back. A lot of times it's because what they got going on is considered a greater emergency than yours. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I mean, get somebody, maybe able to call 911 and they send 2 ambulances because they got a gunshot victim and a hit and run victim. So, you don't have to go, you don't have to leave. You could stay there. 911 could probably talk you through how to triage both of them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. In your estimation, Curtis, what would take precedence to you?
What would take precedence?
Yes.
Whatever wound is worse.
Mm-hmm. How do you determine? How do you determine? How do you determine?
It's simple. It's the blood loss. You know what I mean? Life situations like bullet wound. A lot of people don't know bullet wound, man. You can die from shock.
Yeah.
If it's in the right spot, you can die from shock.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say a cat got a bullet. In this case, the scenario, let's say this cat got shot in the chest or in the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
We all know, even those of us that's not medical, we know that those are probably 2 of the worst places to be shot
Mm-hmm.
and live, because stomach, you may bleed out, you may be bleeding internally. Chest shot that bullet might be close to that heart.
Mm-hmm.
Or you might just be blessed and that bullet is in your heart, but God still like, okay, I'm gonna let you go, brother. Listen, you better get it together.
Mm-hmm.
So, in a situation like that, your triage is one of the things
Hey,
that
bro,
I
send me
learned
an instant
in the
message.
6.5 years that I served
Mm-hmm.
is who is the medical necessity.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the medical? You remember what's the name right here? You remember Pearl Harbor?
Yes.
Remember the movie Pearl Harbor?
Yes.
Did you ever pay attention to the scene when the Japanese attacked the hospital? There's a scene in there when they attacked the hospital, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's people everywhere. They're all over the place, right? There's people being brought in. If you pay real close attention, the doctor tells the nurse, listen, we don't have enough blood for all these people coming in here. So I need you to mark those that are in extreme situations over those that, you know what I mean? Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
they hurt, but we can get to them later.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she takes her lipstick. You remember that scene? She didn't have nothing to mark with, so she took her lipstick and she started putting marks on people's heads to determine, okay, this is serious, this is severe, he gonna need immediate transfusion. This one right here, he can wait.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the scenario, it depends on
It depends on the severity of the situation. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like that person that I hit, man, you know, they could have a broken neck. You know what I mean?
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Let me go to Leonard, and then Tucson coming to you. Leonard, talk to me, brother.
You know, like I say, just like what Kurt mentioned, I have mentioned before, there's variable things that people may choose to do.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to choose the route that best suits them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm not going through the legality of a matter when it comes to saving lives.
Mm-hmm.
And nor am I, let's say, I'm not trained emergency personnel, nor am I a medical doctor.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know where the doctors is at. And that's where I'm going to take you.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now we can sort that other stuff out later. But at the end of the day, what it won't be is murder one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think about the point that they made about picking a person up and you could cause more damage if you try to transport them? Does that make sense?
Well, we'll hope we didn't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But your main objective is to get them to the hospital.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, one, because Curtis said, I'm going to get you ready to move.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's good. That's good.
Because when you have a certain amount of training, you use what you have. You do the best that you can do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. And a lot of situations like that, there's so much going on in that moment. There's so many different moving parts in each one of those seconds that you have to make the best decision that you can make in that element and hope that it's the right one. And hope and pray that it's the right one. But is it? In hindsight, if you look back in hindsight, when you have a clear, calm, and a clear mind, you may think that you may realize what I did wasn't right. I should have done that. But I think, Leonard, and I don't know, man, but I think as long as you're doing it with the right intention, with the right intent, with a good intent, I mean, it may work out in your favor. Explain why you did what you did. I felt it important to get that person. I saw him land in the middle of the road. I got this other person bleeding. I wanted to get both of them to the hospital. I wanted to get them to the proper care that they needed. I know I can't provide that. I can't. But like you said, I want to get them to a place where they can. Now, in the scheme of that, you could very well hit somebody with a car. You pick them up and try to move them, and man, you could cause so much more damage to that person that initially was not there. So I can see both sides of it. But Tucson, talk to me.
So I think that, well, let's just understand it again. Stay right where you are. Call the ambulance to meet you. Because you can't, you already jeopardize the person that's wounded by transporting them too. So since you got a greater responsibility to stay where you are, or the ambulance can travel better and safer than you can. Because if you are in an emergency situation, hopefully you got your lights on, but you're speeding, you're probably running stop signs, red lights. So here you are going 55 in a 25 mile per hour zone, and this guy don't expect you to come. You hit him hard. You didn't just bump him.
Yeah.
So you might as well stay where you are. And let the ambulance, the emergency personnel, let it stop. You done enough. If there was anything to say, and I'm going to go here this time. I said that we shouldn't, but here I go. This is divine revelation. You stay put. Stand still and let the Lord work it out. You quit before you do something else. Because again, you shouldn't have took this upon yourself.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
You're not an emergency personnel. So you may be something that's directing you to just stop. You're doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
So stay where you are. You should have 911 on the line anyway by now. Oh Lord, you're talking to him. Oh Lord, I hit somebody. We're en route to you right now, sir. Stay put.
Yeah. Yeah.
They probably advise you to do that.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move nobody.
And Raheem.
Yes. Hold on.
What Donald was saying.
Leonard, hold on just 1 second. Let me catch everybody up to speed because there's a lot of people that just came in and don't know what we're talking about. But we're addressing a scenario, hypothetical scenario. Did not really happen. I just want to make that clear. But you're at a function. You are at a function with and one of your very close family members are there at that function with you. Something goes south, and your family member is shot. You in your panic or whatever state you're in at that moment, you say, I got to get him to the hospital. So you get your family member, put him in the car, and you beeline the way to the hospital. I mean, you on your way to the hospital. And while you're doing that, a pedestrian step out in the middle of the road and you hit that pedestrian en route to the hospital. En route to the hospital, you hit a pedestrian. You look, and the pedestrian is laying in the middle of the road, obviously hurt and bleeding. Now we're asking, what do you do? What is your next step? How do you handle this whole situation? Go ahead, Leonard.
Yeah, I wanted to say, because with the scenario you gave, you told us we had already made the decision to take the person to the hospital.
Yes.
So that's why I responded the way I did.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to go nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to get yourself in a situation where you hit somebody, because you could have just called the ambulance to come see about your family member.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't the scenario you gave.
No. Yeah, I said, you know, in your panic, man, you put them in the car. You feel like you got to be dun dun dun
Right.
Superman, and you're gonna take them and you're gonna drive them to their doggone hospital because you want to get them some help, not knowing that in route somebody's gonna step out in front of you, and you going as fast as you're going, you could not stop. You ram into them, man. You hurt them. You hurt them. They're hurt. Now you got a scenario. Talk to me, Leonard.
Hey, Raheem.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I want to respond to, is the scenario.
Yeah. Okay.
The scenario said we was already in the car. We had already panicked and made the decision.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had situations where a guy gets shot right there, and I'm on the corner. He running out the store. He gets shot. Mm-hmm. I don't pick him up and take him to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I do call the police and let the police know that a dude just got shot and he laying here in front of the store.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't pick him up and take him nowhere.
Yeah.
But in your scenario, you told me I was already in the car taking the person.
Yeah.
And then I hit someone.
Exactly. That's good. Somebody was about to say something.
Yeah, that was me, right?
Talk to me.
You know what's crazy in the scenario?
Uh-huh.
Leonard said that was the scenario. We already in the car. But what's crazy is, it's another thing, man. You know, I'll tell you. You know, the military will teach you. People don't go because of obvious reasons. You know, like if you're looking at what's going on now, nah, I don't want no part in that. But the one thing I can say about the military that helped me is the military will teach you how to deal in crisis, how like in politics it's called organized chaos, how to function properly in an organized chaos type of situation, right? And in the scenario that you laid out, you know, being like honest and truthful with it, once you hit that person, if you decide to keep moving, I honestly do not believe, unless you are inebriated, and we all know what I mean by
Yeah.
inebriated.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't believe that anybody would charge you with anything given the situation and the circumstances. I don't think a district attorney would take it and say, oh, he murdered that person he hit, unless they just wanted to get. But honestly, in that scenario, you're not right. You're not right or wrong to do either. Just to make a choice. You know, it's a situation where you got two lives you got to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Donald gave probably the best summation is once that situation happens, you know what? Let me just call an ambulance. Let me get 2 ambulances out here. One for the gunshot victim and one for the hit victim. Stay put. But I mean, I just don't. I don't think you're wrong if you choose to keep moving, because the bullet wound might be worse. You know what I mean? Like the person, you might have hit this person and they got a broken leg. This guy got a bullet wound. We don't even know if the bullet is still in him. We don't know if it was an in and out situation. So, you know, there's a saying. It's been so many years right here, but there's a saying when you like when I was in the Army, I was a combat lifesaver. So, you know what I mean? I walk around with the bag. I got an IV. I got all, you know what I mean? I want to make sure I say this right. It's been so many years. Treat, help me out if you remember. What is it? Treat the wound where it lies. But there used to be a saying that we used to, basically said, when you see a person wounded, touch, look, listen, and feel. Right. So you look, listen, and feel.
Yep.
If
Assess
you
the
know what I'm
information,
talking
the
about?
situation.
Yes, you assess.
Yeah. So like I say, I would say,
look, listen, feel,
and get you ready.
and get you ready. You know what I mean? Like you might you look, listen, and feel. You don't know. For example, the guy laying there, he ain't bleeding nowhere, right? So you look, well, you listen to his breathing.
Assess the situation.
If his breathing is shallow, you feel, and you might touch. For example, you might touch his abdomen area. As soon as you touch it, he's screaming like you would think he got his leg blown off. Oh, hold on, this cat might be bleeding internally. You see what I'm saying? Or the blood might be coming from the back, but there's nothing showing in the front. There's several scenarios to this, bro, but I really don't think, I don't think you would be wrong in either decision to be made because of the scenario you laid out and the emergency thereof. I don't think you'll be wrong.
Okay. Good deal, Frank.
Hey, Raheem.
I was coming right to you too.
Can I comment on this?
Yeah, I just called your name. Yes, sir.
So a war scene is a whole lot different than just being on the street. And a person being a medic or just a soldier, and you have a responsibility as a person that's next to you or you at war with. If in this scenario, you have already put yourself in legal liability when there was a shooting and you removed a body, a human being, from that crime scene. So you got to deal with that. The second thing is, now you hit somebody. You're 100% responsible because you hit somebody. And I'm going to tell everybody that's on this line and everybody that's listening, you leave that body in the street.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happens from that point on, you're responsible, whether they die, whether they get hit again, you know, whatever happens, because you hit them. So now you have two things you have to deal with in court. The third thing is, what makes you think that you're going to get to the hospital without having another accident? So you done made one bonehead decision. Then the second bonehead decision is you done hit somebody. And now you done left the scene of two crime scenes.
Mm.
You get into a third accident because not only are you emotional from your loved one getting shot, you're thinking about this person that you hit. You can hit somebody else. Buddy, you just add time on with every decision that you make.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you, like Donald said, you just got to stop, man. You got to stop. You know, take responsibility for that person that you hit. Call the police and let them do their job. Let the medics do their job. Let EMS do their job. And you already got some stuff to deal with. You do. You got that person in your car. You got the person in the street. Please don't make that worse.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Exactly. Tucson, you say you had something?
Yeah. If you don't, if it's not criminal, if I'm that person that you hit, I'm gonna sue you, buddy.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you for everything that you got.
Mm.
Because you left me there with heartless. And you got your explanation is, well, I had my cousin in the car and he was shot.
Mm.
So you put value on one person over another. Is that what you did? I'm gonna sue you.
Mm.
And suppose the cousin that you picked up, our cousin relative that you picked up, he gonna sue you too. You didn't know it. You didn't know it, huh? Because you mean tell me you said sue? Yeah. Because now my lung or whatever it is, if you would have just called the ambulance and left me on the ground, I wouldn't be having to have a tube carry around a bag for the rest of my life.
Mm.
So now you got two lawsuits.
Wow. Badger, talk to me.
Same thing.
Yeah. Same situation, brother.
I have pretty much added everything I could to it.
Okay.
Unless you got another alteration or something.
Nah, we stand right there. That's where we are.
Like, some people are trained to handle those kinds of situations. Some folks aren't.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's going to play a factor as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be dependent on each individual person, what they can handle at the time, their the way their brain handles stress. We just got to also just make sure we be careful that we don't assume what another person is capable of or not capable of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Curtis, talk to me, brother.
Yeah, man. Frank, I love you, man. But you better take me to the hospital, man. I don't want to hear nothing about no legalities. Man, you better take me to the hospital.
Sorry, Kurt.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Kurt. I got leather seats. And you ain't get to my car bleeding all over my leather seats, man. They'll be here 9 minutes, baby. Don't worry, they're going to get you. This ain't Boys in the Hood. This is not Boys in the Hood.
Lord.
And he didn't make it.
You let me leave here and get the same piece. Come on, Kurt. Hey,
man, no, I gotta go back, man. I'm going back. I gotta go see Frank. No, so I'm taking you to the hospital, and then you hit Raheem, and you're gonna leave Raheem in the middle of the street. That's what we doing, right? Get feet to the hospital. No, I only say that because listen. One of the things that I have seen personally, and I'm pretty sure Frank can attest to it. Will can attest to it. Tucson, given where he is, can attest to it. I've literally seen with my own eyes when people died on the street because the ambulance took too long. And I think that's where some people mind be. They be thinking about the given culture and society or the given element or environment of a place. I've literally seen where you got 2 gunshot victims laying on North Avenue, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got a main ave called North Avenue here. It goes from the very far stretches of East Baltimore, and it takes you to the far stretches of West Baltimore, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've literally seen 2 gunshot victims on North Avenue. And when they took the ambulance, almost right about, I want to say it's been so many years ago, about 22 minutes to get there, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, the hospital from North Avenue, from this point on North Avenue, this particular point, right here, I swear to God, the hospital is 4 blocks up the street.
Mm. Good Lord.
4 blocks up the street, maybe 6, right?
Uh-huh.
And when the ambulance pulled up right here, when I tell you there was no sense of urgency, I stood there. And I'm looking, and everybody is acting like this is normal, right? And I just couldn't take it, man. And I started speaking very passionately. Speed up, you know what I mean? Where your triage bag? He need an IV. I started speaking up, right? Because there was no sense of urgency. And I get it, you know, okay, so you come into a hood, gunshot calls come all the time. But that don't mean that you change your sense of urgency. At the end of the day, this is a gunshot victim.
Yeah.
Irregardless of if they guilty, if they perpetuated a gunfight, at the end of the day, when that goes down, they go from being predator or they go from being a criminal to being a patient.
Yeah.
It should be treated as such. So I've seen those scenarios literally with my own eyes. So I think sometimes that's where people mind be. I call the ambulance. It's going to take them 40 to 50 minutes to get here when the hospital's 10 minutes down the street.
Wow.
So I think that's where some folks mind. Man, I don't just automatically lean to, he was doing something, he had no business or whatever. Because my thought is this. I'll leave you with this right here. Bullets have no names, and they sure enough don't have no alibis.
Exactly. And just to pick everybody up to speed, there's a few people that came on, quite a few people that just came on and not knowing exactly what we're talking about. So let me explain it to you. This is a scenario, and this is you. You're at a function with a very close family member. And somewhere along the line, the situation goes sour, and your family member is shot. You in your panic, you grab the family member, put them in your car, and you beeline into the hospital. I got to get them to the hospital. I got to get them some help. While you're on your way to the hospital, a pedestrian step out in the middle of the road and you hit that pedestrian, knocking them down. You look, the pedestrian obviously is in pain and they're bleeding on the ground. Now you got your family member that in the car with you that's been shot, and you have a person on the ground that you hit. What do? What do you do in that scenario? What is your next move? What is your next plan of action? Friday, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning? Cassandra, come to you next.
Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, doing good, doing good. So it's good to have you. What are you doing? What's your next move?
I'm going to. Well, you didn't explain or given the scenario where the wound is. Maybe that to some is not that significant.
Mm-hmm.
But I would call 911 and let them know what took place and what I had before me and my location. I know I run the risk of leaving the scene to continue on my way to the hospital, and I have to determine in that moment what is the greater risk: leaving the scene of an accident, and those things that come with the narrative of that, or staying there. I really have to say in this moment, I don't know that I know I would call for rescue and help so that they can know what the scenario is that I'm facing, that I have a gunshot wound that I was on my way to the hospital with, and someone stepped out in front of me and has been struck by the vehicle. They're probably going to say to stay. I think I would inquire, what is the time frame? I think that me right now, state of mind where I'm at, not hyper being super savior mindset person, I would probably stay and wait on the ambulance to come because I've notified them of 2 injuries and the care that I need. Because I've taken them as far as I could go with the fact that this now has occurred. And if I'm going to get help and then I'm calling to tell them what happened and help is on the way, then they should be sending enough help for both. And depending on my capabilities, since this is my response, I do have medical background, I would try to address the wound and wait for the ambulance to come.
Yeah.
So I would stabilize and wait.
So you would not leave the scene at all. You would stay right there.
Yeah. Ultimately, I think I would.
Okay.
I would call and stay.
Now, which one would you be with at that while you're waiting? Who gets precedence?
I would stabilize the gunshot wound.
Okay.
Or the order of triage of care.
So you said a second ago.
But that's coming from me having medical background. So I would tend to my family member. I would check on that person I hit, but I would tend to my family member.
Okay. Is it because of the fact that they're all your very close family member, or because of the fact that they should have precedence in this situation?
Injury has precedence.
Say it again.
The type of injury would cause precedence.
Okay.
So I would assess and try to stop the bleeding. If they're actively bleeding, I probably should have done that initially. But if I responded frantically initially, I may not have done that. So I would readjust them and try to minimize the bleed and get control of that because they're actively bleeding. And then the person that was hit, they probably have bruised, possibly a fracture. I don't think that I was probably driving that fast. So could it be internal bleeding? Sure. Can I do anything about internal bleeding? No. So again, I would tend to the family member because of the wound if there was active bleeding.
Okay. Cassandra, what would you do in that situation? And good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. I would do nothing different than what Friday just said, so I don't even need to repeat that. I mean, I would do exactly what she said. I would stay. And I would request that they bring send two ambulances, and I would see to both people. So exactly what she said is what I would follow with.
Okay, the question was asked earlier. It was stated earlier. What when you got in the vehicle to take your family member to the hospital, you took certain responsibilities with that. Would it have made more sense just to stay where they got shot and call the ambulance to that location instead of driving down the road uh, at the rate of speed that you're driving and you hit somebody else and now you have instead of having one situation now you have two? Would it have made more sense to just stay in that location, call the ambulance, and let
It, yeah, it would have. It's according to the proximity and I don't know location, how far the hospital was, or if it was just my adrenaline rushing,
yes,
and
yes.
you know, all I could see is my family member shot. So
Mhm.
I don't know, but I would not have even left the scene.
Mhm.
Whatever I could do, I would do it from there until the ambulance came.
Okay. Now, because of the fact that you say you'll do the same thing that Friday did, there was a person that was hit by your vehicle, and one is shot, and one of them is laying in the middle of the road in obvious pain and, like I said, bleeding. Which person gets precedence?
I would not look at it like that. I would be trying to make sure that anything I could do to help with the life of both of them,
Mm-hmm.
because like Friday said, if there's internal bleeding on a car and a body, those two do not mix. And no, this is the only thing that I think is different for me. I believe that if your family member was hurt in the back of the car, you would be speeding very fast.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
be doing over the speed limit.
Yeah,
You
absolutely,
understand?
absolutely.
So then for that part, the impact of you hitting them going really fast, yeah, I would definitely be looking after both. So I would not choose or say, oh, I would be looking after my family member. And that's not so. I would be checking on both to make sure that they're, as much as I could do. And she has medical, Friday has medical background. So
Mm-hmm.
she definitely could do a lot more than I'd be able to do.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Good deal, good deal. Anybody else got anything else you want to say on this scenario before we move on to the next situation? Frank, talk to me.
No, that's it. I think everybody covered it.
Mm-hmm. Is it an ugly situation?
I would say this though, and I know this sounds very condescending, but I'm like, were they in the crosswalk though?
Wow. So you gotta look at where they crossed the road at. You shouldn't have been out here anyway. You should have been in the crosswalk, and you need to look at the little hand that's gonna tell you to stop and go. You didn't pay attention to that. Walking out in front of me like that. No, I got some business to take care of, trying to take my family member to the hospital, and you gonna just jump your behind out here in the middle of the road. What's wrong with you? Is that what you're saying, Friday?
I mean, we gotta look at everything.
Wow. Leonard, does that make a difference?
Well, I guess it could make a difference, but like I say, different scenarios. Some people would just freak out.
Yeah.
There you have situations where you're in a situation, whatever happened, your buddy got shot. We got to keep it moving. We already in a situation.
Mm-hmm.
We got to keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
The proper way in assessment to go assess the situation, stabilize as much as possible, keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
In your situation, you're thinking too much about what's happening after. Like what Kurt said, what I kind of alluded to what I said before. Regardless of what happened, at the end of the day, it won't be murder one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm going to plea out on that particular homicide.
Yeah, good deal. Okay, Tucson, talk to me, brother. Frank, coming to you next.
So the question, or you gonna ask yourself the question in the middle of all of this panic, who's most important? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, yeah. But which one? Which one needs my immediate attention? Which one needs my immediate attention?
Which one's life do you value more?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like the decision that you're trying to make.
And in
I
that
don't
in that situation, Tucson.
I agree, Tucson. I agree.
Mm-hmm. I would think in that situation, a person like that will probably think about their, like Friday said, will think about their family member, and that person, because of the fact it's a real close family member, would take precedence. Should that always be the case? Maybe not. Mm-hmm.
No, it shouldn't be. I don't think it should be. I know it is, because now if that's a spouse or something like that, you know what you're gonna do. Basically,
Yeah.
you're gonna try to save your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Unless y'all
Exactly.
got some matter.
Lord.
Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, Lord.
Right now. Stop it. Right now, Tucson.
Tucson looking at the insurance money. Tucson looking at the insurance money now.
Wait a minute, though. But yeah, let me get over there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh God. Well, y'all pray for me. I mean, it's you got respected persons. It's all in you. If you gonna make a decision like that, then you saying, and I know blood is thicker than water. I understand that. But you gonna make a decision. This is what you're doing. You making a decision on whose life is more valuable. Not to you, but just whose life is more valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And you could care less. It's your responsibility. You hit this guy, whether he was in a crosswalk or walking on the highway. It's your fault. Because you put yourself in this situation. Now you that put yourself in the situation gonna put people's lives on a Richter scale, and you gonna be decide. You gonna decide. You gonna pay judge, jury, doctor, and they're gonna lock your tail up.
Wow. You'll be gone for a long time. You'll be gone for a long time.
And then when you get out, they're gonna get you, and the family member, if the guy dies, they're gonna get you. They're gonna sue you. You're gonna get sued. You did nothing.
Yeah.
And it was your fault. They're gonna get you. I know. I shouldn't say I would, but you gonna learn today.
Oh yeah. Frank, talk to me.
I remember. Good.
Somebody's about to say something.
In fact, you have something else to say. I'll wait.
No, I was gonna say. I remember when I was trying to help my brother jump off a car, and we was fumbling with the battery, and the battery blew up in my face. And my brother was like, "Oh," I said, "Bro, just give me some water so I can flush my face out." "Oh man," I said, "Bro, just give me some water." Sometimes you would think that some people are panicked in situations but that's the best time to slow down and think it through.
Yeah.
Before you get yourself in worse shape. That's all I want.
Good deal. Frank, talk to me.
at the corner of our block, we have our street has the right of way to go through this intersection. Traffic that is coming from the two opposite directions, they have a yield sign. I have a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old driver. I walked them down to the corner of the street, and I tell both of them, I don't care what you think. When you get to this corner, yield. It's only going to take you a minute. So you get caught up in the right of way, and what you think that you have the right. The courts, if anybody has been to court, they'll teach you real quick. Your intentions or what you thought or what was important to you don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. You leave that body in the street if you want to. You go through that intersection. I see people blow through that intersection every day. Every single day. They're supposed to yield. That yield sign don't mean nothing to them. So when I get to that corner every day, I see a car coming, they're supposed to yield. I slow down until I see them stop. When I see them stop, I go through the intersection. If they don't stop, I let them go. I don't feel any different way about it. But guess what? I'm not in an accident.
Yeah.
I'm not an accident. And you can feel like, well, a lot of people get road rage. They'll pull up next to you. I had to yield, man, dude. Man, let that guy go. Let that lady go. Let her go. All of that, just let them go. And at the end of the day, you know, don't let one bad decision turn into 4 or 5.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to gather yourself. You know, we've all done it. We've all made bad decisions and then realized, man, this probably wasn't the thing to do. It's probably, I'm going to say this and I'm going to shut up. We were playing basketball at Chrysler King. And this guy was following me all day. He couldn't play. He was a football player playing basketball. His name was Demps. And he was just a hacker. I go to the basket, I lay the ball up, man, he's beating the crap out of me. He fouled me one time, and he went to run back down the court, and I took the ball, hit him right in the back of his head. Pow! He turned around immediately, Raheem. I realized, Frank, that was a bad decision. I know he's following you. Call foul.
Yeah.
But you hitting that cat, this 6'5", 280, in the back with zero body fat, in the back of his head with the ball. That was a bad decision.
Yeah. At that moment, that moment, you knew you messed up. At that moment, you knew. Yeah.
It was too late to realize it then. I'd already done it. But the thing about it, man, I guess he said, man, I don't want to hurt this cat. He just turned around and kept running. Or he realized I have been following him all day. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. I never made that mistake again. And sometimes, man, we can learn from other people's mistakes. Didn't nobody else hit Demps in the back of the head with no ball?
Better not.
You didn't do that.
Better not.
Yeah, you did not do that. He looked like, what was my man on Friday?
Debo.
Yeah, he looked just like Debo. But man, yeah, you don't want to hit somebody and leave them in the middle of the street, man.
Exactly.
You don't want to do that. It's not going to work out for you in court. I promise you.
Oh yeah. 508-924-3521. You're listening to DKM Media Group and Associates, and this is The Morning Glow. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, from 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you continue to like, share, and subscribe to all our platforms. We got plenty of platforms that we're broadcasting on, and I encourage you to continue to share, like, and subscribe. All right? Definitely. Annie from Mississippi, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. Great morning. God morning to you.
Dear,
Everybody.
to everybody. There you go. Annie, I got a scenario and I want to hear what you're going to do, what Annie's going to do in this situation, okay? You had a function with a very good family, with a very close family member, and something goes south and your family member is shot. You
wait a minute, wait a minute. I can barely hear you. You're going in and out after winning in my ear from driving. Can you speak up a little bit?
Yeah, roll your windows up, Annie.
I'm not windows up.
And turn the air conditioner on.
Driving noise going on.
And turn the air conditioner on. What are you doing around here, man? It's summertime. Well, soon to be summertime. But listen, you had a function with a family member, right? You had a function with a family member, and very close family member, and something goes south, and your family member is shot. You get the panic and you put them in the car. I got to get them to the hospital. They've been shot. You take off. You're on your way to the hospital. A pedestrian step out in the middle of the road, and you hit that pedestrian, knocking them to the ground. And you look, and they're in obvious pain and they're bleeding. Now you have your family member in the car that's been shot, and you have the person that you hit laying in the middle of the road, bleeding. Annie, what do?
I mean, you would need scenarios, boy, I tell you.
They're good, ain't they? They're good, ain't they?
I mean, that person right now, the me that you just described, I'm on a 10. So I don't know what I would do in that situation. I don't know. I would, I just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would probably call, try to call 911 back the phone in my hand. I don't know what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And that's the honest answer. I do not know what I would do if my family member is possibly dying and there's someone else that I possibly have, is possibly dying as well. I don't know what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. I would be in full-blown panic mode.
It ain't time to panic. It ain't no time to panic. And you got two people with lifers in your hand. You ain't got no time to panic. You ain't got no time for that.
Oh, I would, right here. I would panic. I would be on.
Okay.
I'll be on 10. I'll be lucky if I can stroll to the hospital safely. I'll be lucky if that happened. If I didn't hurt myself, because right now I have two things going on, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and that's the very honest answer I can give you right now. I do not know what I would do.
That's good. That's good, and I appreciate that. Anybody got anything else they want to say on this scenario before we move on to the next one? Anybody got anything? All right, fair enough. We're going to play a commercial. We're going to come back and we're going to change the scenario. Everybody, please hang on. We're going to be about 20 seconds, and we will be right back.
Hello, my name is Raheen, your favorite real estate agent. I would love to have just a few minutes to talk to you about the possibilities of you buying or selling your real estate. There are no commitments in a conversation, just an exchange of information, and hopefully, we can end in an agreement as to whether or not we can move forward. Give me a call at 472-223-9853. Let's talk. The results could change your life in a very positive way. I am Raheen, your favorite real estate agent. Thank you for listening.
Let me ask you something. How long have you been paying rent? 1 year? 5 years? Maybe 10? Every month you're paying someone else's mortgage, building their wealth instead of your own. But what if you redirected that same money toward your future? Buying a home isn't just about owning property. It's about creating stability, building equity, and securing financial freedom. And here's the truth. With today's mortgage programs, you might be closer to homeownership than you think. There are low down payment options, flexible financing plans, and even first-time buyer incentives that can make owning more affordable than renting. Now, why work with me? Because I don't just help you find a house. I help you find a home that fits your lifestyle, financial goals, and long-term vision. My approach is simple. I listen, I strategize, and I negotiate to get you the best value possible. I'll guide you every step of the way, from pre-approval to closing, making sure you feel confident, informed, and excited about your investment. At the end of the day, renting gives you a receipt, buying gives you an asset. So let's turn your rent money into ownership and make your future something you can truly call your own. When you're ready, I'll make it happen. I'm waiting on your call, 470-223-9853. Welcome home.
Welcome home, 470-223-9853. 9853. 470-223-9853. Give me a call. Let's have the conversation. Cassandra Alexander Green. Are you there?
I'm here.
Cassandra, different situation altogether. And I'm asking a different kind of question now. Have we been sucked in? Have we been sucked into a gladiator type mentality? Where they used to have, I ain't gonna picture that. But my thing is this right here. Have we been sucked into this MMA and this boxing? Are we married or too engulfed in the viciousness of that thing? Because a lot of times people look at it and somebody get hurt. I seen a fella get his leg broken and arm broken stuff like, and people in the, and they cheering and they happy and they overjoyed at somebody's pain. Have we lost it, Cassandra? Are we too sucked into this viciousness?
This is actually nothing new. I remember that they had the Colosseums in Rome where men would fight, gladiators would fight to the death most times.
Yes.
Each other, and the brutality of what they did, and even having the lions go in and kill people, and it was for sport. And they would sit there and watch the lions tear people apart. And the brutality that turns people on is amazing to me. I don't watch any of that. I stopped watching boxing years ago as well for the same reason. It was too much. I just could not. I couldn't watch, men, pummeling. That's a word, pummeling. I can't even say it. Is that right? Each other, in the ring for money and for entertainment. I got a problem with it. I just don't like it.
And
not watch it.
And not only that, Cassandra, people bet and make big money on that. They bet on this stuff, man, and a lot of times, that's a part of their livelihood, man. They make big money in betting on somebody getting destroyed in the middle of the ring, octagon, whatever you want to call it.
And Reed, can I tell you the ones that they're doing now? This almost unleashed. What is that one called? Where they just beat each other, the fighting, that unleashed one. I believe that at some point that is going to be where people actually die. People are going to be getting killed. As a part of the story.
Exactly. And it's really moving in that direction. You have to sign all these disclaimers. You could get killed and whatever. Man, come on, man. And I look at it. I'm not gonna sit here and say like I'm some kind of saintly saint. I look at it, man. I do. I watch it. But what is it though? What are we really doing? Friday, what do you say? What do you say to that, man? Hold on, Kurt. Friday, what do you say to that, man? Have we been sucked into this whole viciousness of boxing and MMA and all this other stuff that we watch? Friday?
Can everybody go on mute because we're hearing a lot of static?
I'm trying to figure out whose line that is. I'm trying to mute it. But Friday, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. What do you say to that? Have we been sucked into all this viciousness of boxing and MMA and UFC and all the other stuff? Have we been sucked into this viciousness? Are we like gladiators watching this stuff, cheering and cheering them on and making all this money? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah. I was in that cycle, in that arc, and when I was in the military, we would rally together like it was like the Super Bowl. When I was active duty, that would be like we would center around that. We'd have house parties for all the things, and And then I had that realization. And that's when I started backing off and falling off. And I don't even follow it anymore at this point. But exactly that. I'm like, this is just a coliseum. We're just now in our own individual spaces. But it is. That's like, so, and that's also when I started like revisiting scriptures from a different perspective as well. Because if there's nothing new in the sun, at some point we should start seeing some patterns of understanding and seeing what side of the scripture we on in the Bible if we're seeing this. But yes, and you know, to keep it going, just like with anything with social media, depending on the purpose of why you're on it, you're going to have to one up because we're trying to get more ratings. We're trying to get more of this. We need to keep it engaging. And so we let it be more gruesome and we allow it to be, you know, whatever satisfies that lust for blood, so to speak, you know, without having our hands dirty. And I just feel like that, you know, we call it a sport. So did they, you know. So did they.
Wow. Curtis, you was about to say something, brother. What's on your heart?
Well, one of the things that I noticed, and all listeners and everybody on this panel, I'm pretty sure you guys heard about it or know about it or heard speak of it. You know, when you look throughout the patterns of history, what was Mr. Candy's claim to fame? If we just use the movie, the Django, what was Mr. Candy's claim to fame? Right. Now we do know, y'all do know that. I'm pretty sure you do. Next year, at the White House, on I think the East Lawn, outside of the ballroom, there is going to be a UFC fight.
Yeah. Let that sink in.
Huh?
I say,
what you're saying right here?
I say, let that sink in on the lawn of the White House. Let that sink in for a second.
Well, yes, you know exactly where I'm going, right?
Yeah.
You know exactly where I'm going. And to be honest, I can't justify that, homie.
No.
I can't. What kind of message are we allowing this man to send? Not only to the American culture, but to the world, the global culture. What kind of message?
And to our children. And to our children, Curtis.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What kind of message are we allowing to be sent? Especially coming from a guy. I don't know how many people heard of this, but he's scared to death of Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke is the only one he ain't clapped back at. And Mickey Rourke, on a nationally televised interview, right, called him by his first name. You think I don't know, but I know who you are. If I see you, it's on sight. Now, this Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
It is on sight. I'm going to smack every bit of taste out your mouth. But this guy gonna hold a UFC fight. Something that he's definitely scared to death. Man, I'm just saying, brother. I'm just saying. Maybe Mr. Candy is coming back. Maybe the Django didn't kill him. Maybe Dr. Schwartz didn't kill him, but people need to be very, very cognizant and very, very aware and influential as to who is being set forward to govern not only you, your society as a whole.
Good deal.
Because right now, brother, we got kids who playing with little green men in the yard.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. What do you think about this, man? Are we getting too sucked into the barbaricness of MMA, UFC, boxing, and where we cheering for people getting brutalized, getting killed, getting hurt, getting assaulted, legally, and we're making money from it? Badger, what do you say to that, man? Are we sucked into this?
It's really hard for me to answer that.
Why?
Because I don't really watch that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like the art form.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm more prone, if I watch anything, a lot of times it's more traditional type stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like what?
Muay Thai.
Mm-hmm.
Like from overseas.
Okay.
Because I like the art form.
Mm-hmm. Would you agree that that boxing and UFC and MMA and different things is big money, man? They're making huge money, and people are betting on it and cheering it on. Somebody, like I said, I saw Silver get his leg broken in the fight. I saw a couple of guys get their arms broken, and you just see the breaks and where they're broken at, and people are cheering, man. People are just cheering and like they won the lottery.
I don't know.
To me,
I don't know what the attraction to bet on all that kind of stuff is. I've always viewed that stuff as an art form.
Mm-hmm.
I never cared for when someone gets really injured. That just always bothered me.
Yeah.
So for me, it's about art form. It takes a lot of practice. There's technique involved, and I see it as art.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't watch a lot of boxing. I'm more of Muay Thai and martial arts, but I don't watch what is that, MMA
and UFC and
stuff in a cage or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't watch that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. It just don't click for me.
And the whole idea they're fighting in a cage, like you put animals inside of a cage and just let them go at each other. Put animals inside a cage and let them go at each other in the way that they can.
Yeah.
And that's the mindset in the cage.
So I don't know what, like, purchasing a ticket to watch that stuff. I don't know. I know I've come across a handful of people that say that they get so excited about it because the one that they're supporting, they'll picture themselves as that person, and people that they don't like, they'll like I don't know, man. I've heard so many different reasons from so many different people, but it's just something that I view martial arts as like an art form,
and it is.
I know a lot about the history of it, and
it is.
I'm a big fan of Muay Thai.
Mm-hmm.
It saved my life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, that's a personal thing for me.
Got you. And it is an art form, and it was created to be an art form. I practiced an art form for many years, and so I know what it is and what it was designed to do. And this is not it. This is not it at all. As a matter of fact, this goes against all the traditions of it. This goes against all of the traditions of what it was created to be. Leonard, talk to me, brother. I seen let me hold on, Leonard. I seen it broke my heart, man. But a few years ago, y'all might remember this. Dr. Kim, God bless the dead, but he got killed in a boxing ring, man. Ray Boom Boom Mancini beat him to death in a boxing ring, and people was cheering. People was cheering on and clapping and applauding while this man is dying. Man, we got some sick things. Talk to me, Leonard.
Well, there's different points of view. I'm more towards, I like what Badger was saying about it. However, violence is entertaining.
To who?
Anything entertaining will be capitalized on monetarily.
So you see nothing wrong with
This
it?
notion of, well, I'm not wrong or right. It's your preference. This is the same reason why people elected Donald Trump, because they wanted to see him hurt people. So what Badger said is very real. There are some people that love to hurt people. I don't know what world y'all live in.
Y'all? You live in a different world?
This is not new.
You live in a different world? I thought we was all in the same world now.
No, but based on what you all are talking about, you act as if this is some type of new modern thing. This is not.
No, it's not. You're right about that.
Violence has always been entertaining. Coliseums were built for it. So whether or not it's right or wrong has never been an issue. And the people that get involved in this know exactly what the risks are.
They do.
So let's not pretend like people don't know what this is and what they're doing.
Is it savage? Is it Leonard,
ripped apart?
Outside looking in, is it savage? Or savagery, I should say.
But that's entertaining. That's entertaining. You watch you can bet on two crickets fight. You can bet on two chickens fight.
And people do.
You can see a fight in the street and bet on who's gonna win. It is entertaining, and anything that is entertaining can be monetized. So it's not that it's like what? Football is a brutal sport.
It is.
Yeah.
But see,
it's entertaining.
But my thing is right here, and I think Cassandra said, I think it was Cassandra that said it. It may get to a point where when two people walk into the ring or the octagon, to the cage or whatever it is, people start betting whether they're gonna make it out or not. Whether they're gonna make it out or not.
You can stop acting like it doesn't happen.
Or it happens.
There are still fight to the death. It's just gonna cost you. It's only for a privileged few. You don't get invited to those things.
What happened to Johnny? I ain't seen Johnny in a long time. Well, Johnny had that fight last week.
Like I said, you get like a bare knuckle fight.
Yeah.
Hey, Leonard, I got a question right here.
Yeah.
I would love to hear.
Your phone is low, Curtis. Your phone is low, brother.
I said, I would love to hear Leonard's opinion on this.
What's that?
Not only is the UFC fight going to be on the White House lawn, but also, I don't know if I know Leonard is paying attention. I know Leonard has heard about it. How many people are aware that they're trying to do a Hunger Games on the White House?
Exactly.
Are y'all aware of that?
Nah, I didn't know that.
And that's what people don't understand. It is usually been reserved
for the ultra wealthy.
Yeah.
I get them.
Wow. Let's keep this thing going. Well up! Let me say it.
Good morning.
Let me say it again. Well up! How you doing this morning?
Right. Good morning. I'm doing fine. On my way to work.
Yep.
On my way to work.
There you go.
Hey, Frank. Good morning.
Morning.
Well, we're talking this morning about MMA, UFC, boxing, and sports like that may have a little savagery involved in it. And have we been sucked in? Are we dealing in a gladiator type situation where we applaud the viciousness of this thing? I said I've seen a man get his leg broke, arm broken. I've seen Dr. Kim fighting Ray Boo Boo Mancini in a boxing ring and lost his life. And everybody was in there. Everybody was cheering. They were cheering and applauding and clapping and like they were just over elated with everything that was going on. Are we savage? Have we been sucked into this savagery?
Well, I just believe that we sucked into what we like to look at as desire.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know too much about the wrestling realm, whatever that is. I don't, but a lot of people say some of it is staged.
Well, in wrestling, it is staged. In wrestling, it is staged. But this is different. This is like MMA and UFC and stuff like that. They go in there, and they fight. They fight.
I don't know nothing. Well, I don't watch that.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even give you an opinion about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure that, like anything else, when people find that there's a demand for something and they can make money off of it,
mm-hmm.
they're gonna create it.
Yeah.
Some kind of way. They
Mm-hmm.
see it as a moneymaker. So
Mm-hmm.
that's my opinion on that.
Okay.
Raheem.
Good
Just feeding somebody else's desire, what they like to eat, look at, or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's good. That's good. Tucson, talk to me, brother. What do you say about that? Frank, coming to you next.
I love to see somebody get knocked.
Hmm?
Especially when they talk trash.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be waiting for out.
Mm.
Okay.
Tucson.
Raheem, why when you watch it, you moving in your seat as if you punch?
Yeah, sometimes they do.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Ron Jones is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought, through my life, I never thought that I would see a fight where the elbow was legal.
Mm. Yeah.
It's crazy. Never mess with a guy with a puffy head.
With a puffy head. So what you talking about,
What do
man?
you call that?
A puffy head?
They got this thing.
Oh, the cauliflower ear?
Swole up.
Oh, the cauliflower ears.
Cauliflower ears.
Yeah, cauliflower. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't grab hold of you. That's for wrestling.
Yeah, that's wrestling right there. Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Why not?
It's not gonna work out good.
Mm.
It's not gonna work out good for you. It's like getting hit in the ear and all that kind of stuff. And man, they elbow a person in the head, man. As long as you don't hit him in the back of the head, it's legal. I've never seen nothing like it.
Hey, Tucson. Tucson, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you, I got a cousin, man. I got a cousin that he used to always say he ain't gonna never fight nobody that's ugly, because they ain't got nothing to lose.
You sure can't mess his face up.
That joker said, I ain't gonna never fight nobody that's ugly, man. What they got to lose, man? They already ugly. What they got to lose? What they got to lose? Lord Jesus. Well, I said, boy, you stupid.
When we was coming up, we called him Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy named Perry got into a squabble. We fight all day long. We meet each other and start swinging. That's how we met each other.
Yeah.
Especially if it was different neighborhoods. But Charlie and Perry got into a fight. Perry was short and quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he was getting the best of Charlie, and Charlie popped the item on the table. Lord, have mercy.
Mm.
That's the only way he could win.
Girls going.
Hey, mute your phone there, Curtis.
But yeah,
Okay.
Raheem, and you know, I thought about when you all were talking and I listened. I said, nah, we saying how violent this is,
Mm-hmm.
but you ever heard the close and how we rejoiced on the closing of a good message?
Mm.
He died.
Yeah. Yeah.
They put nails in it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, preacher, go ahead, preacher.
Preach, preacher. Preach, preacher.
They put nails in it. Preach, preach. We had a crown of thorns, just horrible there.
Mm-hmm.
So we know better.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we do, and then we don't appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't want to go off, but man, I'd be like, until they break a leg, I'll be like, oh man, good Lord, and I close my eyes and I put my hand on my face. Well, my wife can't watch it, but I'll sit through it. I like action movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The little bit guy named he's a martial arts fighter. He played in Blood. Blood. Whatever.
Come on, Wesley Snipes.
Black dude.
Wesley Snipes.
I like to
So
see
He talking about what's the name? I know.
Michael Jai White.
Michael Jai White. Yeah, Michael Jai White. That's who it is.
Michael Jai White.
Yeah.
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 I love the movies. I watch every movie. But he gonna hurt you. Remember when
Hey, Tucson.
what is
Tucson.
what?
Now let me ask you a question, man.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you, Tucson, but let me ask you a
Go
question.
ahead.
Are you co-signing this violence, man, that we're talking about? It sound like you co-signing it, man.
I'm just telling you. See, y'all playing games, man. Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Y'all love his movies. What is his name? The big guy. He's big and
Bebo. What is it? Bolo.
No, he
Big Chinese dude, right?
He's a
Oriental.
no, he's not Oriental.
Mm-hmm.
Steven Seagal. Steven
Seagal.
Mm-hmm.
Love his. I watch every one of them.
Mm.
And you know why?
Why?
He gonna hurt you.
So
He gonna hurt you.
again, I'm saying you co-signing
shouldn't
the violence, Tucson. You co-signing this violence, man.
No, I'm being. Now I ain't co-signing. I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
I like the movies. I like them. And then your boy, rest his soul. You know you're not gonna whoop Walker, Texas Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you got a machine gun. He gonna beat you.
Mm. You gonna figure out a way, huh? Batman Ranger.
Yeah. He lost his, and what's his name? The one that Rocky fight. I think some of us done watch Rocky 6.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them. Yeah, saw every movie.
Mm. Hold on.
And you know nobody gonna hold no M60, 50 caliber gun in his hand and shoot.
Let me go to Frank. Let me go to Frank. Frank, what's on your heart, man? Go Tucson, man. Tucson, he putting his signature on this thing, man. What do you say about it? Are we? And you're a martial artist, man. So you know, just like myself, you know the art form of it. But have we been sucked into the viciousness of it right now? MMA, boxing, and UFC. Frank, are we sucked into the viciousness?
You know, the culture of martial arts is what actually got my instructor killed, Grandmaster Shim, because like Bruce Lee and Brandon, they were told not to teach us that culture. because it's more than just fighting. It's the culture. It's, you don't teach them our culture. And they ran him over on 7 Mile in Southfield with a car because he had opened several dojos here in Michigan. I was fighting in Canada, and I watched this guy get hit right in his forehead. He started bleeding from both of his ears, and they put some cotton in both of his ears and clapped his hands to start to fight over. And it was like blood-hungry animals. It's like, yeah. I was like, oh, no, dude. This guy is bleeding. He's hemorrhaging. This fight is over. And you talk about some people mad at me. I grabbed him because he wasn't in his right mind. And I said, come on, man, it's over with. Come on, let's go to the locker room. And he wasn't, his eyes, his pupils and everything were dilated. He didn't even really understand what I was saying to him. And I got him off the mat. Yeah, I got him off the mat. And I said, come on, man, come on, just go to the back. He was willing to fight, but he could have died.
Yeah.
Right there. So this is the thing, Raheem, because we're in a very unique moment. And I all my life, I've always hated dog fighters, people that fight dogs. But people that fight dogs, they breed dogs. They will breed a line that won't curve. They call it curving. And that dog's going to fight to the death. And what they're going to do when they find a dog that will fight like that, then they breed him to another violent dog. And then they won't breed a weak dog to that line.
No.
And they keep breeding them and they get more and more aggressive. Guys right now here in Detroit, they're breeding Patterdales to pit bulls. Patterdale's a small dog, but he's vicious. And so they're making him more and more vicious. And then once that dog gets the taste of blood in his mouth, the dog's no more good.
It's over.
The only thing that he's good for is killing. It's fighting and killing other dogs. He can't be domesticated. He cannot, he can't be around other dogs. He is a killer now. Now, here's my point. Because of this administration and because of the lies that he told people, Raheem, they closed people's farms. I mean, shut them down where people, because they have to plan a year out. These people may not recover from these farms recovery. There's people that their grandmothers were put off of Medicare, put off of Medicaid. So they're angry. You have people that were Trump supporters. Man, they are cussing. Yeah, what did you do? You let us down. I voted for you. So this is a very unique time. Now, why do I equate that to what we're talking to now? Because these people that were so against us, they can identify right now in this moment with being betrayed, with everything being taken from you. See, people thought that this was about racism. This was about money. These people are making trillions of dollars, and they don't care who they step on. And so now these people that before would spit on you rather than to look at you, now we have an opportunity to say, hey man, look, what they're doing is wrong. And it is wrong. So we finally have the ear of people that would never listen to us, So it is these people that have been bred to hate, They realize now that, wait a minute, I was used. I've been manipulated. These white supremacists and other people that are they're calling themselves spiritual, a lot of these people, they really believe that they were right. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she is so irritated right now because she said, "Wait a minute, this is not what we said we were going to do."
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So if we handle this right, we may. Some of the people where you say we've been lied, we've been tricked and fooled. Some of these gladiators that are more than happy to kill you, more than happy to start another civil war. We can win some of them over.
Mm-hmm.
Enough of them where it will make a difference.
So is MMA and UFC, is it violent?
When you go back to MMA and all of that, any time that you remember the when we first started watching boxing, Raheem, there was the sweet science of boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you can go somewhere and literally break somebody's arm, break their leg, man, come on. Where is the sport in that?
Yeah, yeah.
Where is the sport in that?
Mm-hmm.
That's just gone too far. That's too much.
Exactly.
Do we need that? And Raheem, you said it. I was through, but you said it, so I'm going to say this: be careful because it's adrenaline.
Yeah.
You have to be careful with these sororities and fraternities when you send your kids off to school. I went to college, and I've seen more women raped because of adrenaline.
Mm-hmm.
Because they get themselves in a bad situation, and you get a bunch of men, young boys laughing and screaming and hollering. Before you know it, they done took advantage of somebody's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime that's why I never like games, Raheem.
Yeah.
Because see, I'll fight you, but man, I don't want to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
But that adrenaline, once you get fighting with a bunch of guys, that adrenaline, man, I was on Belle Isle, and I remember stomping this guy with some cleats. And I'm like, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
But we had a fight with another baseball team, and that adrenaline kicked in. And now this kid is on the ground. I got cleats on. I don't even realize that I got a cleats on. And I'm stomping him.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what fight? What are you doing? This is a human being.
Yeah.
You have on cleats and you stomping him in his head.
Mm.
But that adrenaline,
exactly.
It gets you.
508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Ask the question, have we been sucked in? Have we been sucked into the violence of sports like boxing and UFC and MMA, where they're getting bones broken or even killed in the ring, and yet and still we stand there and we cheer, we clap, we applaud, and we bet. I bet $100 on that. I bet $200. Come on, man. What are we doing? K with an E. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. I know you all.
Hey, doing well. Your phone is a little bit low, sis. Are you able to speak directly into it or turn that volume up? Oh, little regular phone.
Better.
Oh, little regular phone you got over. Yeah, that's better, sis. That's better. What do you think about this, man? Have we been sucked in? Have we been sucked into this boxing and MMA and UFC, the violence of it all? Have we been sucked in? Are we victims of it?
Some are.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are. Some people are literally victims of it. Some people ain't.
Mm-hmm.
But like Frank was saying, they fight the dogs, they fight the chickens. Like, they see an opportunity to make money and they do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's about money. It
Yeah.
ain't about the evilness. It ain't about none of that.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
It's about the money.
Wow. Old folks say sometimes don't make money, don't make sense. And I don't know about that. Cassandra talk.
People pay on pay-per-view to see it too.
Yeah. They sure do. Cassandra, talk to me. What's on your heart? Badger, coming to you next, brother.
Yeah, no, I used to thoroughly enjoy boxing. I mean, back in the 70s, I really was into boxing, and in 80, I got saved at 21. So it was like, I tried to watch it. I don't even watch football because of the contact. I don't know what happened within me, but I just cannot stand it. And I can easily say at one point I was extremely hot-headed, and I'd fight you. I don't care who you were, 6'2". I don't care. It didn't matter. I'd try to jump and bust your head open. But so when I got saved, my changed. Now, if you push me today, would I do something hard enough? I think I would, and I have. But yeah, no, I don't. It's something about violence. It takes you to a place of, and I'm not even speaking now as a Christian. It takes you to a place of savagery and brutality. That violence. I don't see how anybody can get anything pleasurable out of seeing another person hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, hurt. I ain't talking about no, but even look at these fighters after they get through. I mean, eyes, swollen shut sometimes, mouths busted out. I don't know. I'm just glad that my penchant for violence has changed. We were like, protect myself, yes, I will. But I don't have it the way I used to enjoy inflicting pain on people that caused me pain. I really did.
Wow.
But yeah, and these people are doing it for money. I don't. Yeah, no.
Wow. Rico, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
And I'm happy to see another beautiful day of life. How everybody doing today?
Hey, doing good. Good to have you with us, brother. We're talking about the violence, boxing, UFC, MMA. Have we been sucked into the barbaric nature of it all? Whereas, we'll sit there and watch somebody's arm get broken, leg get broken, or whatever the case. Or like I said, Dr. Kim, he got killed in a boxing ring fighting Ray Boo Boom Mancini. And it's just so much, and people cheering. Rico, people was cheering, betting, and making money and all kinds of different things. Are we sucked in? Have we been sucked in to the viciousness of it all?
Yeah, easily, man. We've been on. I would say we've been Europeanized, man, but we are under the influence of the Roman Empire. And we sit back in the Colosseum watching barbarity for our entertainment. And they're convinced to do it because it's a benefit, a reward in the end, money. So now here it is. We ignore the aggression and the violence that comes from that, and the energy that is behind somebody finding willful intent to want to hurt that next person like that for sport, for entertainment, or for pay. It's a lot different than seeing somebody line up next to each other, come out the blocks, and then cross the finish line first and see who's the fastest today. You live to fight another day. You live to compete another day. You got the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, but in that defeat, in a tennis match or in a golf match or even in track, somebody going home healthy, their face is not locked up like it was on Martin. Did you see that Errol Spence and Bud Crawford fight?
Yeah, I did.
Errol Spence ain't fought since then.
Yeah, exactly.
That man ain't fought since then. He looked like Martin when Martin made up the way that he looked.
He sure did.
That's why that man actually looked like that. I saw Ray Boom Boom Mancini die in that ring when I was young, watching that fight on not Ray Boom Boom Mancini.
Dr. Kim, yeah.
I watched him die in that ring when I was young. Watched it on CBS. And I love MMA and I love boxing. But this is a situation that I have to sit back and look at the value and the influence and the energy that comes with that. And then looking at the nature of where that comes from. How is it that I find so much of a desire and a pleasure in finding somebody being knocked out?
Yep.
Somebody being choked to sleep. And I remember laughing all the time that somebody got knocked. I remember Trevor Burgess was all over the ring with Mike Tyson last year, knock him out. And my stomach hurt. I laughed. I put that on rewind, man. I laughed for a year.
Good Lord.
But that man could have been very hurt.
Yep.
Could have been very hurt. I've seen Anderson Silva's leg broken when he kicked another man.
Yep, sure did.
I mean, that man's leg wrapped around the back of that other man's leg. Ooh, that gore. It was gory. You could see the man's bones sticking out his leg.
Yep, I saw that. Yep.
The leg ain't supposed to do that. So, you know, we have to acknowledge that we might be aligning with some very sick people who got a thrill and had a desire to watch the gore between men destroy each other for their entertainment.
Wow.
It might be hard for us to acknowledge that we're wrong because we like what we like, but you know, you're talking to a man that's about 6 or 7 years abstinent right now. And I love me some women. Man, I love women, and especially when we cross that line, ain't nothing better, but I know there's something wrong with the way I carry myself in that way. So I have to be abstinent and acknowledge that, you know, even though I love it and lust it as much as I do, it ain't right. The way that I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So even though I love sports and I love competition, I'm battling right now with understanding that I'm acting just like the Romans. And I've been acting like the Romans since the first UFC pay-per-view. I ain't missed one.
Exactly.
But I need to get away from that because that is nothing to applaud. It is nothing to be entertained by. Somebody risking their life and possibly dying for sport.
Yep. Exactly. Willa! Talk to me, Willa.
See, Raheem, we actually helped him out. We actually helped Rico out because he definitely didn't have nothing to cheer for about 2 weeks ago. We made sure.
You gonna jab at that man right now, man. You gonna jab at that man right now. Rico. Rico, why that man keep jabbing at you about this old Alabama, man?
Look, man, they done watched us for 15, 20 years dominating sports with Nick Saban, man, and they done had to cheat. The last time they had to celebrate, so everybody was getting paid and cheating up on the table. So, you know, they got the root for something now.
Wow. Willa!
Raheem.
Talk to me, Willa. What's going on? Are we too sucked in? Have we been led amok? We cheering for people's demise, and they get knocked out, and we cheer. We jump up and down. We run around the room and high-fiving each other, man. Fellas sit there and get choked out and leg broken, arm broken, killed. Well, we cheer. Not only do we cheer, we bet and make money off of it.
I know you ain't surprised about that. Come on now.
No.
First of all, the Bible already tells us how we live in an evil and wicked world, the weak to fear. So that's no surprise how people hearts are. You got some people that don't even have a conscience, you believe sometimes, but they got one. It's just all about what they're feeding it. But I'm not surprised. Come on now. I'm not surprised at all. You know, that's why people nowadays are afraid to go anywhere. Because people are just shooting because they want to. Don't think about taking somebody else's life. Killing children, women. You know, it used to be a code back in the day. Even when there were gangs, they didn't touch the women, they didn't touch the children. But now, guess what? They touching them all.
Yeah.
So I'm not. I ain't surprised. I ain't surprised. I'm not engaging in it, but I'm not surprised.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
am I happy about it? Of course not.
Mm-hmm.
Of course not. But you know, the world is the way it is, and if you want to live in a world like this, you got to be able to have some kind of structure.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of, we talked about weeks ago, some discipline.
Yeah.
You know, but people thrive on violence. Look at how when that lady and her little son was getting beat up by all them kids back in Chicago about a month ago.
Yeah.
And all they was doing was filming it.
Mm-hmm.
Putting it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I ain't surprised about none of this.
Exactly. Wow.
None of it.
None of it. Cassandra, talk to me. Cassandra Alexander Green, you there?
Yeah. I you know, I don't know. I just don't like it. I just feel like we're heading toward a trajectory of murder on television for entertainment, and I really believe that's what we have. It's almost like full circle going back to the Roman Empire and the way that the gladiators killed each other. It almost mirrors it. If you pay attention, it almost mirrors it. And I'm sure they did betting back then, but it was pure entertainment. They had a ball. They had a ball. I mean, cheering, you know, according to records now, because I wasn't there. I was born a couple of years after the Roman Empire thing, but yeah, I just feel like we're heading toward that type of people wanting to see that type of thing. I'm shocked that we are having well, no, I'm not shocked because I keep forgetting who's in there. That we would actually have a fight match at the White House.
Yeah.
That like what? Okay, what happened?
And if anybody look at that UFC, 8 out of 10 or even 9 out of 10 of the fights, you're gonna see your president there. Right there on the front row. Right there on the front row.
Yeah, but it's sad. It's really sad to me, and that so is here we are. And remember, I think somebody said it that there are matches all over the world where they actually fight to the death. Like most of us will never be able to get into some of those fights because, from what I understand, some of the fees just to come and see the fight, $50,000, $100,000 just to attend.
Yeah. Exactly. Friday, talk to me. What's on your heart, sis?
Hello?
Yes. Talk to me.
Okay. Well, I've been sitting here and I was listening and thinking, and for everything that was said, I would say that, you know, with all of the examples that were given with the topics, which I enjoy more and more that I'm able to participate and know that it's there, it really does help us to see where we are relationally with Christ in our own life as we're seeing certain things manifested in our lives and be able to be in the Word to see that that's what we're seeing and trusting God in that. So I really appreciate of the open conversation that we can have because none of it is judgmental, but it's a reflection to help us maybe work on some things that continue to let Christ be seen in the world through conversation. But with that being said, to the most recent topic and the barbaricness and savageness of like the fake wrestling all the way to UFC and whatnot, it's just a continuation of the dynamics or dichotomy of how the enemy will use whatever it takes to keep us distracted. And then if we're not having these conversations to help bring awareness, then we could find ourselves in a situation where we thought we was doing things God's way, but really we were still doing it ours because it soothed something about us that we didn't feel like we needed to give up in order to be able to say we're Christians.
Absolutely.
And so I think I will leave that there because I'll go on for another 10 minutes.
Good deal. Good deal. Badger, talk to me.
I mean, sometimes some things you can only say so much about it. The big question is what is the solution? Or should there be a solution for it?
There is.
What, we ban it?
Just don't watch it. I guarantee you, if the numbers decline, they'll stop presenting. Right now, they're making millions and billions of dollars, so they're not going to stop. But if you stop purchasing it, if you as a consumer stop purchasing it, then it will go away.
Oh, so how are you going to make the whole community do it?
You can't make them. You just got to voice your opinion, and hopefully they can side with what you're going and where you're going with it. But you can't make them. You can't.
So at the end of the day, it's just kind of just mentioning it, talking about it, and things like that, and just hoping somebody's listening might change.
Wish for the best, brother.
Is that pretty much it in a nutshell?
Present a table and hope they come and eat.
Because like, what could be the deeper issues? You know, is it the way our society is and the way a lot of people, you know, put certain things above other things? Like, we're talking about boxing and all that stuff, right?
Boxing, MMA, UFC, yeah, all that, all tied in together.
What about football? Rugby.
Willis said something about that earlier, but that's a whole different sport. Which violent is just as violent. As a matter of fact, rugby is more violent than football. But you know, some people don't know anything about rugby.
See, and I guess that's where my hang up is I don't view them any different. It's still a violent sport. So we're only gonna focus on the MMA and all that kind of stuff, but none of the others.
Badger, let me say this to you. If there's three different things, three different meats on the table, and all of them had a certain amount of poison in it, right?
Okay.
You could concentrate on taking one off at a time, or you could take all of them off at one time. Which do you think would be easier?
So if I was in a situation where I had to choose between that,
which one would be easier? Taking all of them off at one time, all of them are collected at one, or take one plate off at a time and get the other plates and do it. Which would be easier?
It'd probably be one at a time.
There you
go. And if I had to choose, I'd get rid of football first.
Okay, that's your choice. It's the
most, in my opinion, it's one of the most toxic in America.
But you know
the way they treat kids and the way schools will put more money into that instead of STEM. They'll ignore an entire community and all the kids in the school just to fund their football program.
Badger, I would never say that you're wrong. And as a matter of fact, I would say that you're right. But at the same time, I don't want you to miss the beauty of what I just said to you. I said there was all these places on the table. You said you agreed that we'll take one. It would be easier to take one off at a time. Now, if you take football off the table and I take MMA off the table, now there's two tables taken off. There's two plates taken off that table. Isn't that beautiful? Aren't we advancing?
If it could only happen that easy.
Well, maybe it can. Maybe it can. Somebody was about to say something. Who was it?
Yeah, I was about to say something.
Go ahead.
Instead of this being a but, this could have been an and.
Yeah.
Because football is definitely included in this.
It is.
I didn't expect this to go in I'm against the topic thing or why y'all targeting this. This was just the culture.
Exactly.
The culture of celebrating violence for entertainment, aggression for sport. So, you know, that would go for any sport. I brought up track. in tennis because there's no violence or aggression in that. Just pure competition. When somebody can go home and not worry about having a concussion or CTE later on. So that Badger was definitely right bringing up football, but the delivery sounded sort of combative. Why y'all talking about MMA and boxing? I'd rather take off football. Well, how about, we could put both of them together and say, hey, violent sport, period. I think the real issue is the culture that exists now that celebrates violence and could result in the death of human beings that resembles gladiator days or Roman Empire, the Roman Empire. Okay, let's look at this. The White House is going to have a UFC event on the lawn.
Yep.
Somebody might get their leg broken. Somebody might get their arm broken. Somebody gonna get knocked out or choked out. Somebody might die. And you got big, soft beta males who like to touch on children and have privilege that are gonna sit back front row like Pontius Pilate or Julius Caesar and watch real alpha men destroy each other. Then you still got these alpha men sitting up there saying, ooh, yeah, I want to fight for the president. Yeah, I want to be on the White House court. And this is our mainstream. This is our White House that is here to celebrate this activity. The same way we celebrate football. Badger was telling the truth. He was telling the truth. So this should have really went in a direction where everybody was on the same page.
Exactly.
What are we going to do about it? Get people to realize that we have embraced the culture of wrong. And if you know that embracing the culture of wrong goes against God and Jesus, if you know that the culture of wrong mocked and ridiculed Jesus, and they finna sit front row at the UFC fight on the White House lawn. Look real simple. I think that's what it is about. It ain't about what are you going to do about it. It's about what are you going to do about it if you love this.
Exactly.
Do you want to be a Rome? Do you want to be a Roman? But when in Rome, you do what the Romans do. Could we be doing what the Romans do? Is that in order?
And truth of the matter,
Yahweh would want.
Wow, what a question! What a question!
Hey, Raheem.
Yes.
You know the difference in football and all those sports like that is they were designed to fight. They were designed for violence. They were designed to hurt the other opponent. It was designed. Football's not designed for that. So it makes a big difference because football's designed for entertainment and one team wins. Like somebody gonna come out a winner and you're supposed to be hurt. Like you get hurt in football because it's a dangerous game. But it's not designed to be a violent game, a violent act and get paid off of it. It's not designed to be violent. All those other ones, they're designed to be violent. You're going in that game knowing that either you're going to whoop him or he's going to whoop you. You might get something broke. You might not come out that ring. But you know that you're taking that chance. On football, no. That's why when Rico said that guy boxing, he ain't box no more. Because that guy realized it was real. Reality self-deed. And that ain't what he wanted.
Well, see, I can hear what you're saying, sis. Hold on for a second. I can hear what you're saying, but at the same time, a part of me kind of disagrees with football not being violent because you do have two individuals, well, a team of individuals, going out and they're hitting each other, man. They're hitting each other viciously, trying to knock them down, take them to the ground, and get that ball and score. And so there's a level of viciousness in football as well, because you got 300, 400-pound big men in NFL. We're talking about NFL here, where they're hitting each other, slamming each other, picking each other up, slamming them on the ground. That's vicious. That's violent. So there is a level. There is a level there. Huh?
Okay.
That's an individual making it violent, because my son was playing football and he came home and said, "Mama, I ain't playing football no more." He said, "There's people on these teams, they literally trying to hurt people."
Mm-hmm.
Old dude got his face for playing football and he quit. They
Chime in here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Rico's ready to say something too. Rico, you was about to say something?
Yeah, go ahead,
and I had something to say too,
Okay.
Raheem.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Rico,
Yeah,
Curtis,
hey,
and Frank.
I hate to say it, that's absolutely wrong. Flag football isn't violent.
Mm-hmm.
It's just straight competition. But football, that's physical.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys don't get concussions from pulling flags. They get concussions from trying to move each other out the way so the guy that's running behind them can get through and get down the field of their end zone. It definitely is physically violent, and it was meant to be that way. My cousin told me that when he finished playing, this was after every NFL game, he said he felt like he had been in 5 car accidents.
Yep.
Because of that contact that is going on at the snap of every ball.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody hitting each other. They running at full speed.
Yep.
With all of this elite muscle and speed.
Mm-hmm.
Above average athleticism and power, knocking each other. I don't know. This ain't the comic case, and I don't think that this is a woman's perspective. Mm-hmm. But it's definitely a misunderstanding if you think it's not violent. It's intentionally violent.
And if just one example, if you think that it's not violent, ask Joe Theismann, is it violent? Because when Lawrence Taylor hit him out there on that football field, man, that was fool. That was tough to watch.
So
I just said my son
I wanted to.
Go ahead, Frank.
I wanted to speak on something that the case said.
Mm-hmm.
That MMA, as she said, the design of it is to dominate your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time they put you in a cage, that cage is another element of MMA that you can use to hurt that person. So you're in there to hurt them. By the rule of the game, that's why they have referees out there. You're not supposed to be intending to hurt another football player. Now, football players get hurt because of not only how the game has evolved. When I was playing and when you were playing football, Raheem, you didn't have a cat that was 300 pounds. They could run a 4.4, 4.5 40.
No.
But the game has evolved so much with training and everything else. These guys that are that big can run that fast.
Mm-hmm.
So what the NFL is trying to do, if you look at it, they've done away with kickoff returns. Why? Because people were getting hurt. So they said, no, we're going to kick the ball, and you can either down it or we're going to put you at a disadvantage of getting that where you're running from the completely other end of the field to hit them. But here goes back to the point of what we were saying. We weren't even talking about the athletes. We were talking about our bloodthirsty nature and watching this stuff. And if you watch the difference between MMA and football, when an MMA athlete gets knocked out, people cheer. Mm-hmm. When a player on the football field gets hurt or injured, you look up in the stand, you see people crying.
Yeah.
You don't see people cheering. You see the other team praying. It's totally different because they have a players association, they have a brotherhood, and the majority of them, of course, you're going to have dirty players in everything. They're out there trying to hurt people, but the majority of them, they vacation together, they hang out together, their wives hang out together. There's a brotherhood.
Yeah.
They're out there trying to make money, and they literally care about each other. So when you see a player that has to go on a stretcher or something, the whole stadium is shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So it is by the nature of the rule of the game. It's not a comparison. If a referee, that's why you have penalties. If you do something where they say, man, look at today and yesterday. You can barely touch a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
The defense is at a disadvantage because of the things that you cannot do because they looked at them and said it's not safe.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not looking at safety in MMA or in martial arts. They're not looking at. They don't care about safety.
Wow. Curtis, you wanted to say something?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna give my opinion. Most sports, in reality, all sports are based on a sweet science, right? And your best coaches are the coaches who understand what the science is of that sport, right? The science of that sport tends to keep the game as safe as it can possibly be. That's one of the reasons why, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people going to say, nah, I ain't feeling that. It's okay. One of the reasons why all my life I have been a Floyd Mayweather fan. Because when you watch an Ali fan, a Mike Tyson fan, Mark Breland fan, Terrell Bates fan, I can give you a laundry list of names of boxers and NFL coaches as well as players who understood the science of the game. Yeah, I'm going to try and get this guy down on the ground, but I'm going to try and do it as safe as possible.
Mm-hmm.
If I hit him this way, no, I can't do that. That is going to cause for him to tear his Achilles heel. It's like Frank was saying with the rules. I remember a time where you could horse collar in football. You can't horse collar no more. Why they throw that rule in? Because the horse collar was blowing Achilles and it was blowing knees. And for some players, it did some serious damage to their neck.
Yeah.
So they had to put the rule in. Now, if your hand is anywhere on the back of that jersey, up around that neck proportion, if you grab, that's